Shalom, 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 beloved family and Gentiles. This is Mimsa Yasharel, metamorphosing into magnificence through spiritual awakening. Examining the first ray, spirituality versus carnality. Well, I was examining or listening to Big Judah's video about the Times 2022 Person of the Year. So I started looking at the ray to see what was going on. So we're going to discuss that and how it applies and how the Gentiles and the Psalm 83 nations have been using the rays to promote and to, I guess, manifest what they feel is power and will over the people. So we're going to look at that. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, fair use is invoked for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute when an otherwise infringement may occur. Use is for nonprofit educational purposes tips the balance in favor of fair use. In light of the New Times Magazine Man Person of the Year, I wanted to take a look at Ray 1. The Gentiles are well aware that Ray 1 is always upon the earth. It doesn't go anywhere because Ray 1 deals with the mighty one. It is his power that is on the earth. And this goes back to the book of remembrance of Enoch, where he spoke about where the Hamashiach or the Mighty One told him about the four spirits. So let's take a look at that again on page 113, where Enoch is told that there are four spirits that the people on the earth have: the spirit of the Father, the spirit of the life that was given to them, the spirit of and the presence of the Son, and their spirit that gives them their vision of holiness. These are the four spirits, and these are actually the first, second, and third spear. The first spear is the will of the Father, will and power. The second one is love and wisdom of the son or the daughter. And the third one is active intelligence or adaptability of the Ruach. So if you notice, there is nothing between the first and the second spear. It's the Father is the first, the son or daughter is the second, and the third, the Ruach. So the presence of the spirit of the son or the daughter is right there manifesting with the Father. However, in the case of the Psalms 83 nations, the only thing they really have is the spirit of the life that was given to them and the spirit of the Father. Everybody has the spirit of the Father, but the Most High told you, that he hadn't dealt with any other nations other than Israel. So that's what they're lacking. They don't have the spirit of a daughter or a son, and they don't have the spirit of the Ruach. It's not me. I mean, it's just the way that it is. It's the scripture. And this is pointed out in the scriptures in the book of remembrance and Psalms 147:20. So what the Gentiles have done is they've learned about the rays, they know about the rays, but they have used the rays in a carnal way. There's no spirituality, even though they know that everything in the cosmos is based on spirituality, and they, as well as these rays. The Gentiles know this. They know that the spirit of the Father is the light of ray 1, but they don't have the spirit or light of the son or the daughter that is found in ray 2, love and wisdom, because those people, I mean, they just don't have any love. It's just not there. Therefore, they have no vision of holiness, which is found in ray 3, the light of the Ruach. In fact, right now, the Gentiles really don't have a lot going on. The Psalms 83 nations don't have a lot going on other than all the destruction. The big time bishops, are gone. It really is a chess game that's being played. I mean, there's a new game that just started with this whole situation with number 45 and that Kanye fella, and they're both running for the presidency. This is what our people need to realize. The United States corporation is a business. It businesses and corporations are built or created to make money. That's all that United States corporation was to continue slavery and to make money. The deceptiveness of voting, you're talking about a corporation that has stockholders. If you're not a stockholder in that corporation, you don't have a dog in the fight on the fence, on the porch. So all of this deceptiveness, creating this voting rights and all of these, it was all smoke and mirrors. It was all a well laid out plan lie. All of those presidents of that corporation or business, they were family members. Every family member gets an opportunity at the helm to run the business. And that's what they did. There was never an opportunity that anything was ever going to change for the better for the melanated carbonites on this planet. That was not the purpose. All of the laws that were created by the corporation, all of the businesses established by the corporation worked for the corporation. They did. They worked for that corporation. And so there was never any likelihood that things were ever going to change, because the only thing that was big or stood out or was going on is that corpse. I mean, it really was a corpse. And people still buy into this voting rights. No, that's all a lie. That's all a lie. Our people, we don't have a dog in that fight. We don't. And for some reason, Gentiles seem to think that Obama and that Kamala, being elected to that corporation or whatever they want to call it, seem to think that meant something to our people, or that had something to do with us. No, those people are all family members. They're all family. And from what I understood, the reason that number 45 came in was to shut it down. So if this is the case, if he really did come in to close down that business, then that whole corporation is gone. That's gone. But they're still putting on the facade that it still exists. It doesn't. So now they pulled out another chessboard, and they started a new game because now they want to start over, and they want to make those fake people over there who say they are us but are not. They want to put them at the helm, but they want to put them at the helm with with number 45. The person who was 45 want him to be number 1. And so in order for that to happen, they're creating this scenario between Khan guy and number 45 who wants to be number 1 to create this new chess game and to move all these pawns around to make people think that they have something going on because all of their rooks and their bishops are gone. See, this whole situation, with the bishops and the decons and all, they're gone. That whole thing is gone. The only way that this guy who is now, they say, they're looking at it as the first ray, as their, we're going to go into that, as their power now. He is working for the new regime. See, they've already created a new game. They're playing a whole new different game now. And so this guy is supposed to be the will and the power for this new game that on this new board that they're playing. And so in order for him to do that, he has to have, because he's going to be their rook. See, here's their rook. But in order for the rook to be strong, there has to be a queen. Because number 45, who wants to be number 1, wants to be the king. So they're playing a whole new game, before people's eyes, and people don't really realize what's going on. So let's look at the ray and what's going on with them, ray 1, and see how this whole thing is supposed to work out. So let's go into soul cycles of the 7 rays and see what it has to say. So the first thing we're told is that all life is conditioned based by the 7 rays, whether it is an animal, a tree, a human, an organization, a city, or a nation. The rays have their own cycle periods that connect with the greater astrological ages of 2,160 years, the great year of 25,920 years, and the yugas, or secret cycles of the Hindu adepts. A major cycle of ray 6 has just finished in the Piscean age, and a ray 7 cycle is starting, which overlaps into the Aquarian age. These rays and ages have their sympathetic resonance, of course, ensuring maximum effect upon humanity. Okay, now ray 6 is the ray of devotion and idealism. The only way to get to ray 6 is through the Ruach. So none of the rays, according to their spirituality, has had anything to do with the Gentiles or the Psalm 83 nations, because first of all, none of those people have active intelligence or adaptable, and none of them have idealism and devotion. They're devoted to each other, which is materialism and materialistically destroying our people in order to benefit themselves. So if that's how they want to use the ray, then okay, we can go with that. Adaptability, yes, we can go with that, being that the third ray is deals with adaptability and active intelligence. So, and all of the rays have virtues and vices. So when you're dealing with the rays and the Psalms 83 nations, it's all about carnality. So now the earth and everything is changing to be based on spirituality. So now these people think that they can change or they can do something different. I don't know really what they're thinking, because I don't know how you're supposed to be wicked and destroy people and then turn around and think that you can create a new earth. It doesn't make sense to me because you're going to be the same wicked people that were leading before will be the same wicked people that are going to lead again. The only difference is that the wicked people that were behind the door wants to come out now and be in the front and be wicked. I don't know. I can't tell you what the Gentiles be thinking, but this is what they're planning. This is how they plan things. We're gonna create a new earth. We had a whole bunch of leaders in charge. Now we're gonna put more wicked leaders in charge and make them think again, that it's a good thing, the way that we did Christianity. Hello. No, doesn't work that way. So Ray 1 deals with the mighty one. And the virtues for Ray 1 will of power is strength, courage, steadfast, truthful, fearless, trustworthy, large-minded. None of those people have any of those qualities or virtues. None of them. But the vices, here we go, ruthless, here we go, hard, cold, proud, arrogant, ambitious, tyrannical, cruel, controlling. There you go. Those are all your Psalms 83 nations and the conglomerate of those people who fall underneath them. These are their vices. This is their power. This is their will. Wickedness, destruction, arrogance, tyrannical, controlling, cruel. This is them. So we're going to identify their race through their occupations. Here we go. Politicians, occultists, leaders, explorers, or I don't know, grave robbers. I guess you can use that as explorers too, right? Executives, managers, dictators. These are the qualities of the race, identifying the race through their occupations. This is them and this is their job. These are their jobs. I don't understand why they left out bankers, CEOs, and I don't know why they left those out because when you look at them, that's all you're talking about. So will is their purpose and power is destruction. So this is your type A, persistent, never gives in, dependent upon by others. This is your type B, destroys that which prevents free expression of life force. Hello? I didn't write this book. This is what they're saying about themselves. So based on the general temperament of Ray 1, it said, without wisdom and love, a destructive and disintegrating force would result. Creative and governing race, strong will power for either good or evil. And we know that these people have no good in them. It's all based on evil. Will always come to the front, may be burglar or judge who condemns him, born leader, commander in chief. Here we go. These are all of their jobs. This is what they see as Ray 1, because see, if you notice, there's no spirituality in any of these descriptions that they're giving about themselves. One to trust and lean on. So we already know that that's not a virtue of theirs. One to defend the weak and put down oppression. Now we know that that's not a virtue of theirs. Fearless. We know that's not a virtue of theirs. Can have unrelenting cruelty and hardness of nature. Now that's them in a nutshell. That's how they are. That's our personalities. That's everything about all of them. Strong feeling and affection, but does not readily express it. Exactly, because they like to play let's pretend. Let's pretend everything is okay. Let's pretend that we're still in control. Let's pretend we got it going on. Everything with them is let's pretend. Healing draws health and strength from great fount of universal life by willpower pouring it through patience. Now we know that's not them. When you look at these, you can tell the virtues of these people and these nations by their history, who they are, what they've done, what they've continued to do. I didn't write this book. This is them. This is who they are saying that they are, because it is the truth. This is who they are. They are just stone cold wicked. There's no spirituality in those people at all. All of this stuff that our people have been saying about we're all the same and we all, we got to love everybody. No, 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 no. We're not the same. These people have no relationship with love and wisdom. These people have no relationship with the Ruach. They have no relationship with the Father. We are not all the same. We cannot all be the same. All of that Christianity brainwashed stuff is a lie. So now here are some of the people that were their Ray 1 leaders. Gandhi, LBJ, the Mustache Man, Truman, Castro, Stalin. Sounds about right. It sounds right. These are their Ray 1 leaders based on their behavior, the things that they've done. All cruelty, all wickedness. All of these people have used their will and power to destroy others, masses of people that they've destroyed. And this is what they worship. This is exactly what they worship. This is the reason that you have, Times Magazine, these people, and it's no one of any decency or integrity. This is the reason you have these people. Now we're going to go into this other book, The 7 Rays of Life. Before that, I want to read something that came out of the 7 Rays Made Visual about Ray 1. It said, Ray 1, the energy of will of power coming from the Great Bear to our solar system is transmitted through the constellations Taurus and Pisces, then transfigured by the planets Vulcan and Pluto. Imagine that, Vulcan. It effects in the disciple a transmutation of desire into sacrifice, or sacrificing people, and of the individual will into the divine will, leading to the emergence of a world savior. Sometimes in these books I read things and I'm just left completely speechless. I'm speechless sometimes. Transfigured by the planets Vulcan and Pluto, it effects in the disciple a transmutation of desire into sacrifice, and of the individual will into the divine will, leading to the emergence of a world savior. From the individual will into the divine will. These people don't know anything about divinity. Okay, let's go on into the 7 rays of life, because I want to show you exactly how this works for them and what they're thinking. So we're going to read about the first ray. The most obvious and powerful force in the world today is that of the first ray of will and power. It works out in 2 ways. See, they know these things. So when things are happening, it's not like they lack knowledge and people think, oh, but they just don't know. No, they know. 1, as the will of God, will of the Mighty One in world affairs. Now he's involved in their world affairs, which is ever the will to good. Steadily, if you study human history intelligently, you will see that there has been a regular and rhythmic progression toward unity and synthesis in all departments of human affairs. Okay. This unity in multiplicity is the eternal plan, a unity in consciousness, a multiplicity in form. See, they know what they're supposed to be doing, but what they've done and what they're supposed to do are complete 2 different things. So now they think because we're in the Piscean age is over and we're in Aquarius, that they're supposed to turn around and miraculously grow a soul and a heart and find some love. It doesn't work that way. 2, as the destructive element in world affairs, they know that Ray 1 is destructive for them in their world affairs. This refers to man's use of this force of will, which is seldom as yet the will to good in active expression, but something which leads to self-assertion of the individual or the nation and to war with its accompaniment. Separation, selfish diplomacy, hate, and armaments, disease, and death. Excuse me, guys. See, they know all of these things. They know about these rays. They know that they're on Earth and how they're supposed to work. They know that the first ray deals with the aspect of omnipresence. See, they know this, and when they put our people into slavery, this is the ray that they use, and they backed it up by throwing all that stuff in their Bible. So all of this is something that they've been using all the time. They know what rays are on the earth. They know all about the rays. They know exactly what they're doing. This new Times Magazine appointment, that all deals with this because this is where they are. They're trying to make prophecy happen based on the things that they're doing, based on the fact that they understand that the rays are here. So they're trying to match everything up with what's going on and trying to create their own prophecy. But they're trying to create prophecy based on our prophecy, the prophecy that's supposed to happen, but they've taken it out of context to fit it and to mold it so that the people don't know what's actually going on. This is what they're doing. So they're saying that the ray one is the force which pours out into the world from the major world center, Shambhala. So Gentiles call, or the Psalms 83 nations call the Shambhala force the will, which is the will, the power of the will is the most potent energy in the whole scheme of planetary existence because it holds all things together in life. It is in reality life itself. So this life force or divine will implementing divine intention is that by means of which Sanat Kumara arrives at his goal. Who is Sanat Kumara? On a tiny scale, it is the use of one of the lowest aspects of the will, human self-will, which enables a man to carry out his plans and attain his fixed purpose, if he has one. See, all of this is about them and this on the earth. Nothing to do with spirituality or the mighty one being omnipresent. This is all carnality. This is all about these people in the earth in their carnality. So now they're going to change. They've mass murdered a whole bunch of people. And so now they're going to change and they're going to uh, bring peace on the earth. The same people who've been behind closed doors, pulling all the strings, moving all the chess pieces, they're going to now change. There's no way that they can do that because they don't have the spirit to do that. They are creeping things. They always have been, and that's all they're ever going to be because they don't have no relationship with the mighty one. None. Everything that they do is based on wickedness. Each time this energy strikes into the human consciousness, some fuller aspect of the divine plan appears. It is the energy which brings about synthesis, which holds all things within the circle of the divine love. Since its impact during the past few years, human thinking has been more concerned with the production of unity and the attainment of synthesis in all human relations than ever before. And one result of this energy has been the forming of the United Nations. How about that? They formed the United Nations to bring about synthesis. You wouldn't have known it, would you? Because I certainly didn't. I've not seen any of that. You have the same people running this corporation that they created, and this United Nations is a part of that corporation, but now they're going to bring divine love. How does that work? These people, they have a problem because their thinking is not rational. It's not rational at all. It makes absolutely no sense. I wish to remind you that I use the word energy in reference to the spiritual expression of any ray, and the word force to denote the use which men make of spiritual energy as they seek to employ it and usually as yet misapply it. It might be apposite here to point out that such ray exponents of force are often misunderstood and hated. They may and often do misuse the energy available, but they also use it constructively within the desired limits of the immediate plan. So they say, I would also like to state that the lot of a first rate disciple is hard and difficult. There are disciples of Shambhala just as there are disciples of the hierarchy, and this is a fact hitherto not recognized and never as yet referred to in the current writings on occult subjects. It is wise and valuable to remember this. They are powerful. These disciples of Shambhala are headstrong and often cruel. We know that. They impose their will and dictate their desires. They make mistakes, but they are nevertheless true disciples of Shambhala and are working out the will of God as much as disciples and masters of the hierarchy are working out the love of God. And this is how they think. And this is how they think. James 1 and 8 says that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. There you go. All praises to the mighty one, to the earthly mother, and much love to our brother, the Hamashiach. Shalom, beloved family and Gentiles. Shalom. Shalom.